Welcome everyone to the PWC Season 10 Pyrite Power Rankings. A bit late, but at least now better than ever. I mean better than never. 16 people. 16 different teams. I had to come up with a solution. How would I rank them properly in a way I don't dislike? Well, you can see here, what did I consider? Each team has a signature, which one is the best? The hazard play, very important. How well do you work with and around hazards? The core type interactions from, well, how well are your cores? Yeah, pretty much it. The speed tiers, the pivoting, and as well as the raw power on itself. How strong your mons are naturally without items. How did I rank everything? Let me just read what I've written here. Each of the 16 teams were sorted from worst to best, either by my own opinion or via a point system. Once the order was set, a previously determined amount of points were given to the team accordingly to its placing. How many points each team has received is shown on the right. You can see on the right is a little point chart. The first place gets 20 points and the last place gets absolutely no points because they have done bad and they do not deserve a treat. Yeah, I've previously mentioned the 6 criteria I'm going to rank everything with. Yeah, for the first, I'll only be announcing the top 3 and the 16th, the last place for each criteria. And once I'm done covering every criteria individually, I am going to reveal which teams are actually on which place. Starting with the best signature. Which team has the best and which team does not have the best. Starting with number 3 is Jolteon from Tamas, coaching the Cincinnati Sneezlers. I'm going to have many pronunciation issues. Don't mind me, mind your ears. Yeah, Jolteon is one of the better terrestrialization candidates in Generation 9, since it can cover its issues with hitting ground types very well with Terra Ice or Water Terra Blast, or even Grass. Well, it abuses terrestrialization very well. It also has received Core Mind, and yeah, it's just pretty strong with the ability of terrestrialization and being naturally super fast. It's a Pokemon worth bringing every week. Like I said, it's fast, strong, and versatile in terrestrialization. On the second place, we have Cinccino from Graph Pain by the Team Blank. A very good friend of mine, one of the best. Cinccino is, I've almost crowned it the best signature, but there's still one Pokemon better. Cinccino, amazing with terrestrialization, covering its issues, getting past steel types, offensive wise. Now it even gained Tidy Up with the DLC. It can get rid of hazards, it can go annoy your Pokemon with U-turn and Thunder Wave and Knockoff and Encore. It's going to hurt with Technician and Loaded Dice. It's good. It's just overall really versatile and not that predictable. Really good Pokemon. But the first place, just, it's an obvious choice. It's Oricorio. Oricorio is just the best Terra Captain you can have in our league. Oricorio from Spooks, the Belgian. Yep, that was German in me. The Belgian Oricorios. Oricorio has already, without Terra Stylization, the ability to choose between 4 forms, with each having an attack that covers said type in fire, electric, psychic, or ghost. Already that makes it a pretty strong Terra Captain, because it's pretty unpredictable in that case. But having both Quiver Dance, which is I think the best setup move, I would say. Having Quiver Dance and 4 forms and Terra Stylization, it is going to overpower a lot of people. And to be fair, since I'm doing this here in week 3, the first 2 weeks have already been fought out, and Oricorio has, in 2 weeks, 11 kills. Only 1 kill off from having the perfect score. Oricorio is insane, and people are obviously, and well, our season has proven it so far, not ready for it. They are not ready for Terra Oricorio. Damn. Okay. Yeah, Oricorio, first place, obviously, too strong, and now the last place. Yeah, the last place, Coach Jarok from the team Richmond Revel Room, Hitmonchan. It's, I don't know, Hitmonchan it's unlike the first 3, definitely not a Pokemon which you can bring into every week. It has only 2 or maybe 3 upsides. One is its ability with Iron Fist, with Mach Punch and Bullet Punch. And it has Rapid Spin, and it can Terra Stylize. And that's all. It's not naturally super strong, it's not fast, it's not bulky, it's not versatile. Hitmonchan on itself isn't bad, but the fact that you have to bring it into every week, and compared to the other Terra Captains, to the other signatures in our league, that Hitmonchan ain't it. It's the worst signature in my opinion. Right. Going into the next criteria, the best hazard play. The signatures were based on my opinion, the rankings. And the hazard play here is scientifically proven. It's not based on my opinion. I have given points for everything. A point for every hazard you can set, the amount of Pokemon that are able to lay, set hazard, and remove hazard. At the 3rd place, Viat 11-7 from the team Tulsa Turtwigs. It has 4 Stealth Rocker, which is great, really. It really unlimits. You're not limited to run Stealth Rock on 1 Pokemon or 2. You can choose. That's good, because the other Pokemon can use other moves. 2 T-Spiker in Toxapex and Weezing. 3 defogger, and 1 rapid spinner. The rapid spinner is alright. Because Quaquavel is good offensively and forces switches, and as well ghost types don't want to switch into its water stab. Yeah, it's a pretty alright rapid spinner, but it usually doesn't want to run rapid spin because it's limiting its offensive capabilities. For it to speed boost itself, it runs Aqua Step and not rapid spin. And Aqua Step has definitely, Aqua Step hits almost 3 times as hard. So yeah. Like I said, stealth rocks are always going to be there, no issues. The only issue is that this brother has no ghost type on his team, so he is not going to be able to block any rapid spins. He has to rely on Rocky Helmet or some shenanigans to punish those. Yeah, pretty fine. Second place, Hypers and his Houston Zero Aura team. He has 3 Rocker, 2 Spiker and 2 T-Spiker, which are actually the same Pokemon. Both lay Spikes and T-Spikes. As well as 1 Defogger and Scissor and 1 Rapid Spin and Serena. Crocodile and Diancie are 2 very good Stealth Rocker. They get up rocks without issues. And since one can throw rocks, the other can go offensive. And about Greninja and Quillfish, it's the same. Quillfish can lay those spikes and T-spikes if it wants to, and Greninja can just go ham with a choice specs or something. Excuse me. Scissor is a really good defogger, since it just sits in front of so many different things. Especially Stealth Rocker, since it's Steel type, it threatens most rock types. And Serena being a rapid spinner, obviously, again, one of the better ones. Its stab threatens rock types, and it's just a really good rapid spinner. With U-turn it can go and come. Very good team, better than the previous one, but not as good as the one before. Again, another issue of having no spin blocker and no competitive or defiant to punish defog or something. And the first place, definitely by far the best hazard team, is Pup with his Green Bay Dribbers. 3 rocks, 3 spikers, 4 T-spikers, like you never need as many, but he has them. 1 sticky web layer, 2 spinners and 3 defoggers. Cryogonal is always going to run rapid spin, always. It's thing. Meowscarada can run spikes and T-spikes, it doesn't need to though. It usually likes its 4 attacking moves. Yeah, I mean Glamora, it's a spike machine. Not just spikes, it's a hazard machine. It removes them with rapid spin or maybe even mortal spin. And yeah, lays everything. Rocks, spikes, T-spikes. It even has an ability that lays T-spikes. I mean, it's... Gliscor can, again, lay rocks. I think it even learned spikes now. And T-spikes. It can defog as well if it wants to. Empoleon having rocks and defog. Amazing. Dragalge having T-spikes. Really good. Then the Girder with defog for some reason. I mean, it probably swings its Steel Beam really, really hard and fast. No idea how this is comparable to Wings. But anyways. And the Charjabug with webs. This team has everything and enough of it. if you don't bring your boots, you are going to be a lot of pain, because your Pokemon will get spiked and rocked up. Again, as the previous teams, no spin blocker, but this team does have Empoleon with the competitive ability. So don't defog without thinking about the consequences. Yep, that's the best hazard team. And the worst hazard team? Definitely the Carolina Tauros Heels from Shadow Galate. Misdreavus, I've put Misdreavus here because it's the only ghost type. Like, it doesn't even need a spin blocker at this point, because he only has one stealth rocker. No spikes, T-spikes, webs, nothing. No rapid spin. His only way to get rid of hazards is by clicking core change. And core change is definitely the best choice here, since you're not going to throw anything at your opponent's side with nothing. So your field is going to be clean. As long as the opponent doesn't throw that shit again at you. And yeah, with Misdreavus you do have a funny spin blocker. But yeah, I mean, it's, you have Stealth Rock, you have Core Change, that's all. That's everything. For this criteria, this team is, yeah, bad luck. Bad luck. 0 points. I'm sorry. Third criteria. The best cores. Those again were based on my opinion. With cores, I have only picked the two most casual cores, being for one the Grass Water Fire core, and second the Dragon Steel Fairy core. And those are just ranked according to my opinion, which one I think packs the best versatility. And yeah, starting with 3. Myself, okay. Yeah, I don't even remember where I put everyone. Me, myself, at 3rd place. Leader Layton with the Experiment W team. Oh shit, that's me. Hydreigon, Archaludon, and yeah, Fezandipity. That's my Dragon Steel Fairy core. It's pretty strong. It hits hard. It throws rocks. It pivots. It's bulky. It has everything you could want from Pokemon. It recovers. It's versatile. Though my Grass Water Fire core does lag a little. Go-Goat is cool and stuff, but it's a pretty improvised grass type. I would have loved if it got any pivoting moves, but it doesn't. On the other hand, Blastoise and Rotom Heat are pretty good together. They work pretty well. On paper, at least. Yeah. Again, the team is. These cores are not bad. I think they can handle the most situations. On the 2nd place, we have Ashton 4672 with his Winnipeg Jet Punches team. As you can see, I've put 2 water types here because they do not work the same. Slowking and Aaron Bundle. Both are special attackers, but the one is slow and bulky and the other one is fast and not as bulky. So, our Dragon Steel Fairy core, Cyclizar, Iron Crown and Carbink. It really struggles with ground types. Not ground types, but ground attacks, especially Earthquake. This core hates getting earthquaked, but that's about it. It hits. Cyclizar is super versatile. It can disrupt the opponent. It can rapid spin, knock off, thunder wave, U-turn. Shed tail is not allowed for obvious reasons. But even without shed tail, it can go ballistic with how's this move called? Gear shift, yeah. Gear shift and go physical. Iron Crown is super. It can hit and it can tank hits and dish them even stronger out. And Carbink. Yeah, Carbink is, I mean, it has body press now and can deal some damage. But I mean, that's usually what it's going to do. Either set up screens or explode, throw rocks, press body, click body press. Like the Dragon Steel Fiery Core is not the strongest, but it's alright. It has versatility. But the Grasswater Fire Core is where it gets funky. Rotom Mo is a pretty strong Pokemon on itself, having, thanks to Levitate, already ground immunity, which helps the previous core out. It hits what Slowking and Iron Bundle can't hit as well. Water types. Yes, Iron Bundle has Freeze Dry, but it's pretty cool if it doesn't have to rely on Freeze Dry, but can just click Ice Beam. And yeah, Charizard again immune to ground moves and likes Rotom Mo's help. Slowking with both either Chilly Reception or Teleport. Both are allowed. No, right. It's Wi-Fi. Haha, it doesn't get Teleport anymore. But Chilly Reception, it can slow pivot out. And yeah, Iron Bundle would love this. Charizard can go wild with a sub and belly drum set or something. I don't know, does it even learn belly drum anymore at this generation? I don't know, but a bit of physical appreciation wouldn't be bad, since all of those Pokemon are already special. Pretty versatile, pretty well rounded, with speed and pivot options. Very scary to stand in front to fight against. First place goes to A12QSD. A12QSD, I'll just say it like that, with the team Arkham City Delibirds. You see, I put a star in there, and I'm not going to talk about those specific cores individually. They are one core. If it wouldn't be for our signature rule, because those 6, none of them are signature, these six are absolutely insane. They pack everything you would want from a team. They have the hazards, they have the control, they can pivot, you are being hit from every perspective, with every type, you can't switch shit in it. I'm not that much of a pro, but this is colorful and this is amazing. I would die for this team. I want this team. It's insane. It has everything. Spikes with ceaseless edge, rocks, rapid spin. It's bulky. It can pivot. It has fast Pokemon. It hits you hard. It hits you physical and special. Its typings. They yeah, that's the first place for you. Absolute insane. Absolutely insane. But we have to move on to the last place. The worst course and Hypers again, with the Houston Zero Hours. Because of the way I have ranked these teams, it's, yeah, like it does have a dark fighting psychic core, but it has no dragon, it has no fire type, instead 4 dark types with Greninja, Crocodile, Quillfish and Alolan Persian. He has no... I mean, yeah, he has Scizor, but once his Scizor gets worn down, he dies to any fairy in existence. It's... yeah. He has no ghost either. And ghosts are usually pretty important. So he has to rely on its signature to become either a ghost or a steel type. I don't know. Just, yeah. It's... the cores are not it. And that's why it has placed on the 16th for this criteria. Moving on to the 4th criteria, the best speed tiers. Again, those were ranked by my opinion. So, some rankings may be not understandable for some, which I can understand. 3rd place, Jarok 01 with the Richmond Reverie team. We've seen you before. These speed tiers, if you can see, on one hand he has 2 of the fastest mons. Regieleki being the fastest and Dragapult being usually the fastest, because there's not much that outspeeds it. That's already pretty strong in itself, having 2 speedsters. The new Iron Boulder, super fast as well, and Alolan Ninetales being fast, setting up those Aurora Veils without any issues. And Comfy. Though Comfy kind of doesn't need its speed because it's usually going to attack with priority thanks to Triage. But it's still fast with 100. Like 5 Pokemon with base speed over 5 Pokemon with base speed over 100. It doesn't need a choice scarf. It does not need a choice scarf Pokemon. It doesn't. It has priority and naturally fast Pokemon. You need scarf Pokemon to beat this team, or like some web support. But it's not. It's going to outspeed you. You will be slower. 2nd place. I mean, yeah, that was just the 3rd place. I mean, shit's based on my opinion. You get it? 2nd place, Grafpain with the blank team once again. 5 Pokemon with base speed with at least 100. And what I like more about this team is the smooth progression. Like, it doesn't have a Pokemon with 200 and suddenly a Pokemon that's 60 base speed slower, and then again a Pokemon that's 20 base speed slower. Here, the smooth progression. From 125 with Kilowattra, 115 with Cinccino, 106, 102, 100, 59, 80. I mean, yeah, the 59 to 80 gap is... there could have been a Pokemon with 85 or something, but that's another thing. It's just really smooth in my opinion. Good Pokemon to run Scarf with, and the opponent has to run Scarf as well, because most of this team's Pokemon will be outspeeding you. That's really cool, I think. Really funny. 1st place. Again, this thing is based on my opinion. Remember this. Again, hypers. We've seen you so many times. Houston Zero Hours, first place. Look at the speed. 122, 115, 111, 108. Then comes a slight gap to 59, falling off by whole 13 points. But then 29, 58, 7 no. What am I saying? German numbers are sucky. 108, 95, 92, 85, 72, 50, 65, 50, 39. Those, it's so smooth. Like, there's a speed here for everything. He has everything. Just not a Regialecki or something, but perfect. It's perfect. A speed tier for everything. It's so nice to look at those speed tiers. It looks so smooth. That's pretty much the only reason I've put them in first. Well done. Yeah, and again, up. Let's go to the last place. We are at 11-7 with the Tulsa Turtwicks. We have seen you already as well. Yeah. He has no Pokemon with the base speed of 120. He has only 3 Pokemon with... Okay, so I have set some rules for myself. It's not just what I thought looks good. In my opinion, you need at least 1 Pokemon with a speed of 120. It's just a baseline. You need to have at least 1. And he does not. He has only 3 Pokemon with at least 100 base speed. Yeah. Like, this team is not... It's slow. It's naturally slow and sluggish. Like, the only thing I can see using a Choice Scarf is obviously the Delphox. Maybe Landorus. But, yeah. Quaquaval has Aqua Step to speed itself up. And Zapdos is not appreciating running anything besides boots. Yeah. Bad speed. I didn't like looking at this team as much. And yeah, the baselines I've set for myself weren't reached either. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, last place. Sorry. The best pivoting. My favorite. Pivoting is definitely what I like the most. Having the option between many U-turners and volt switches or flip turn. And yeah, because it would have been very complex and a lot of work looking at every Pokemon which learns any suiciding pivoting move like Explosion or Memento or Healing Wish and such. That would have been too much work and I'm lazy. So I've only looked at these 3. U-turn, Volt Switch and Flip Turn. Because those I know pretty much without looking them up. Again, those are based on points, not by my opinion. At the 3rd place, we have Final Gambit Shedinja from the Nola Necrozmas. He has 4 Pokemon with U-turn, being Roaring Moon, Zoroark, Moltres, and Ambipom. Yeah, and Iron Hands and Electrode being the one extremely slow and the other one extremely fast, one of the fastest mods in the game, even slower than Dragapult, with 150 base speed. You have slow pivoting options and fast pivoting options. That's really nice to have. Yeah, I mean, Roaring Moon usually doesn't want to run U-turn, and neither does Zoroark, but they can, and that's what's important. The versatility to have is nice. Yeah, and yeah, the other teams didn't have as many, so this one gets the 3rd place. 2nd place, me again, yay! Ooh, I'm here. Me again, leader Layton with the Experiment W team. Okay, so to be fair, like I just said, I really like pivoting, so I looked after them, getting as many and different pivoting options as I can get without ruining my whole synergy. And yeah, Blaziken, Hydreigon, and Serendipity with U-turn, Vikavolt and Rotom with Volt Switch, and Blastoise with Flip Turn. Blaziken does not usually want to run U-turn again, but it can, because this Blaziken is allowed to run Speed Boost, and that's why it would prefer not having U-turn on its moveset, but it can. Again, Serendipity is a good U-turner. Hydreigon forces lots of switches, really good U-turner. Yeah, I mean, you always run Volt Switch on Rotom and Vikavolt, at least from my perspective. And Blastoise now gets Flip Turn, and that's nice. It can spin and flip out. It can even Shell Smash, but yeah, those sets don't run Flip Turn. Fast and slow mons from all different types. Really nice, but still not as good as the 1st place, being again Pup with the Green Bay Drillburs. Having Meowscarada, which is always going to run U-turn, Empoleon, which enjoys Flip Turn, Dragalge as well with Flip Turn, Charjabug being a really slow Pokemon, which can, thanks to Eviolite, tank some hits and switch safe with Volt Switch out into something else. Yeah, and Glasgow with U-turn. It's a really good U-turn Pokemon, again, because it forces a lot of switches and can take definitely more than one hit. Volcarona is the only thing that maybe does not want to run U-turn, but it can, and that's what counts. Yeah. Really good. Meowscarada with protein hits you hard and your mother. Empoleon, again, Dragalge, for those are just really good pivoting Pokemon. Better than the previous shown. Nothing really bad about it. And the last place, man, we've been talking a lot. Again, Shadow Galate with his Carolina Tauros Heels. He already screwed up in the hazard department, but I find it quite difficult to have this lacking. He has both lacking hazard play and only 2 Pokemon that have access to pivoting moves, at least the casual pivoting moves. One has U-turn again with what's the ability called? Libero, I think. It's basically protein. It's Meowscarada but worse. And yeah, Pawmot with U-turn, Volt Switch, I mean. They are really good pivoting Pokemon, but the reason this team ranks at the last place is because they are his only pivoting options. Every team had at least 3 or 4, and he has only 2. Good Pokemon, but it's not enough. Enjoy your 0 points. The final criteria, the best wall breaking. Again, those are based on my opinion again. Third place, Virtual Shade Zero, with his KU Jacksonville Wingles. He has 3 special attacker, 3 physical attacker. They are pretty strong, Gouging Fire and Rapid Strike Urshifu and Landorus Therian. Really powerful physical attackers. And thanks to their synergy, they hit basically through every type of wall. There's nothing that really stops them if they are working together. The issue here is those 3 special attackers. Iron Moth, pretty strong special attacker. Fire and Poison, maybe not the best type coverage, but it also gets discharge at Energy Ball, so it has some coverage options. Only its stab moves are pretty easily walled. Strong special attack, pretty fast. But it really would like some electric terrain to help out. And yeah, there we have Indeedee, both male and female forms. And yeah, I mean the female is not a wall breaker, but the male form, with both expanding force and the ability to set up psychic terrain when placed. This does count as a wall breaker in my eyes, because it's going to hit you and your whole family very hard. Hyper Voice, Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam. Yeah, pretty strong, no complaints. And Raichu. Again, Raichu would enjoy the electric terrain again more. But yeah, with its electric psychic coverage, it's really unique. I can't tell another Pokemon with this right now. Can't remember. Yeah. It's pain. It hurts. Don't switch in. It will hurt you. Second place. Man, I need to get through this. Second place, A12 QST, Arkham City Delibirds. Again, 3 from both sides, having 3 special and 3 physical attackers. And a Crabominable, the good old crab god. I mean, it hits you really hard. And fighting ice is a good coverage. I mean, it's a good offensive stab combination. Really good. Though it does need Trick Room to be effective. On the other hand, the Inamoros Incarnate, no, that's the Therian form. Inamoros Therian is bulky and does not need the Trick Room to work properly. Yeah, Tauros. I've put Tauros here because it has Sheer Force, I think. Does it have Sheer Force? No, it doesn't. Sheer Force has only the neutral form. The normal Cantonian Tauros. Yeah, but still. It hits you hard with close combat. And 100 attack, 110, maybe even more. It's good. It can terrestrialize, can hold some kind of item. It will hit hard. Definitely difficult to switch into. Yeah, Latios, super strong special attacker, gained flip turn as well. And Ogerpon, Cornerstone. The combination of grass and rock is really difficult to deal with. I mean, you could just switch your steel type in, but not. On the one hand, it has to be a pure steel type, because yeah, grass and rock covers a lot of different types, and yeah, once your secondary type is weak to grass or rock, you're not safe anymore. Really strong, no complaints. First place, Ademalaware with his Toronto Maple Leafs. This team has only 5 Pokemon compared to the previous 2, but I think in a draft meta game, those 5 are just stronger overall. Iron Valiant, like, you never know what Iron Valiant is going to do. You can't prepare for Iron Valiant. It's either going to hit you physical or it's going to hit you special, but it will be super effective. It has the perfect coverage. It has everything you could wish for. You will be hit super effective, but you don't know if it's physical or special. Heatran, a really good defensive Pokemon, but its offensive capabilities are usually overshadowed. It has a really good special attack, I think 130 or something. And yeah, it traps you with Magma Storm and finishes you off afterwards. With Magma Storm and Protect, it's really strong. Thunderous as well, it's a super strong special attacker. Rhyperior, one of the best physical attackers due to its step combination of rock and ground. It's such a simple combination, but very potent. And yeah, Ogerpon, Wellspring. The Wellspring Ogerpon form. Water and grass, really simple and really effective. Speed is there, bulk is there with everything. Really good team, really, really good. Definitely worth bringing into each fight. Those were the best, and now we come to the worst. Spooks and his Belgian Oricorios. Yes, Metagross and Great Tusk are pretty solid wall breakers. The only issue here is that they are his only wall breakers. He has no special attacking wall breaker. He relies a bit too much on Great Tusk. Like, Great Tusk can't do everything at once. Either it's your defensive backbone or your offensive threat towards the opponent, or it's going with Rapid Spin and Knockoff. He can't do everything at once. And yeah, here it's your only wall breaker. So if you want your Great Tusk to do something else, you struggle with breaking through opponents. And that's just my opinion. Yep, again, those were based on my opinion. Good. Man, this is taking a long time. I'm not used to talking that much. I'm sorry. Okay, good. Now to the good stuff. The actual rankings. From here, I will be talking about your ranking and why. From 16th place to the top. And yeah, you might already know who is last place, because this brother was able to place at last in 2 criterias. Yeah, Shadow Galate, Carolina Taurus Heels. You, my friend, had bad luck. I mean, looking at this team, on the one hand, your funny signature, Misdreavus, really funny, but it's a Misdreavus. It's definitely not the best signature out there, but it's not bad. I've looked into it, and it being Ghost type, it can hold an Eviolite, it can Terrastallize, and it has so many options to disrupt your opponent. I mean, this team isn't bad, but the way I ranked everything, it was just really unlucky. It's not a bad team. It wasn't. It was just really unlucky. At the bottom you can see the points. It has everything has received for each criteria, and on the bottom right you can see the total sum. Yeah, I mean, again, not a bad team. None of those teams here are particularly bad in my opinion. It's just the way I ranked those. And yeah, this team had very bad luck. 15th place, Firemaster MT with his San Francisco Celebes. I have fought him in week 2. I won 5-0. But again, not because this team is bad, but only because he wasn't prepared for a horse. Anyways, solid signature, Miss Magius. It's I just noticed. Miss Magius is only placed one spot above his pre-evolution. 2 ghost types, pretty neat. Clefable, Latios. There's no steel type I'm noticing. Yeah. I mean, it can work. It hits you hard from everywhere. And with Miss Magius being able to terrestrialize, that's pretty neat and nice to have. 14th place, Jarok 01, Richmond Reverb Room. This team really lost it at his signature option. Yeah, because it's Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is not a good signature compared to the other signatures. And yeah, again, he placed really below average at everything. Again, not a bad team, only unlucky the way I ranked everything. 13th place, Riyadh 11-7 with his Tulsa Turtwigs. Again, this team really suffered from being way too slow, and as well having the second worst core score. Why? What is he lacking? He has... I mean, he does have a steel type, he does have a fairy type, even 2. And he has no dragon type. Okay, yeah, dragon is a pretty important type, because it's just really strong in both offense and defense. The dragon type makes your team immediately more balanced just by being there, just by existing. 12th place, Tamas with his Cincinnati Sneasler. The one person that has beaten me this season so far. I got absolutely wrecked by the combination of Jolteon and Kyurem. Yeah, Jolteon, absolutely insane as a signature to have, and yeah, that's it. Like, this team does have most things you need. I think this team is pretty nice. I would like to play with it, not play against it. Pretty fun team. 11th place, Spooks and his Belgian Oricorios. Fun fact about this team, he didn't build this by himself. He asked our community to give him some suggestions and which Pokemon he should put and draft. From me, I drafted Vaporeon for him because I thought it just looked like it fit, and so far he is being 2 weeks, 2 wins. So the community has done a good job. GG. And I mean, yeah, the Oricori obviously is insane. 10th place, Delphin Squared with his red spark Vika Volts. I love this team logo. It's so good looking. Hitmonlee as his signature. Definitely a better signature compared to Hitmonchan, because it's just a far more specialized Pokemon. Like, it's less bulky, but far stronger offensive-wise. And that's what you want. You want those hard-hitting beasts being able to terrestrialize. And Hitmonlee with both reckless high jump kick and unburden reversal. Strong. Yeah, Goldengo and Clodsire together. Pretty nice. I mean, both are ground weak, but he has a Rillaboom to compensate this a little, because it sets up grassy terrain, weakening Earthquake. Only Earthquake. Earth Power is not weakened. Yeah, he needs to look out for Earthquake, but that's another issue. This team looks nice. It looks really nice. It has again three Pokemon being really fast, one Pokemon getting really fast, and cleric options. Oh damn, I haven't ranked cleric options. I should have done that. I should have ranked the clerics instead of the cores. That would have been much easier. Yeah, it's nice, pretty usable, dangerous. You need to prepare for it. Wrong direction. 9th place. That's me, Layton in Experiment W. Hello. Yeah, so my signature is Donphan. And my team is pretty disgusting when you look at the speed tiers. I do have, like the person I fought in week 1, only one Pokemon above 100 speed. And this Pokemon is a really fast Pokemon. In my case being Spectrea at 130. I didn't draft with speed tiers in mind. I just wanted some pivoting options into really strong attackers. With Donphan is not a bad signature. I had something else in mind first. I think I wanted Cinccino, but fate was bad. But yeah, Donphan being able to rapid spin with sturdy and stealth rocks. It can terrestrialize, it's pretty bulky and hits hard. It's pretty alright, it's a good terrestrialization Pokemon. A good Terra Captain. You can bring Donphan every week. That's what I think, that's why I picked it. Yeah, Blaziken with speed boosts and sword stance if you want. Absolutely powerful. Spectrea, again, basically Blaziken but special with Grimnai. Grimnai? How do you pronounce that? It will get stronger after each kill, and my last week's opponent, noticed that too. I've gotten a 6-0 sweep. I mean a 5-0 sweep, but 6 kills by Spectrea. Haha. Good pivoting, good options of getting rid of hazards. I have 2 Rapid Spinner and 1 Defogger, I think. Maybe more. It looks like more, but it's Wi-Fi, so I don't know. 8th place. Hypers and his Houston Auroras. We have seen you many times already in this ranking. So, yeah, Galarian Articuno is his signature. You have to bring it every week. And it can terrestrialize. And it needs to terrestrialize. I'm not sure, I'm really not sure about this Pokemon. And yeah, this whole team, even though he ranked I mean, yeah, he ranked mostly high. I mean, speed, he has, in my opinion, the sweetest speed tiers. His hazard play is pretty fine. His signature is also very good. Just his course with four fucking dark types. Come on, man. Was this done on purpose? Don't know. At least psychic types are definitely not going to be your issue with, as well as you have like one psychic weakness, 4 dark types, and 2 resists, 3 resists. Yeah, I mean, do not attack him with psychic types. It's not going to work. Look for something else. 7th place, Adem Malaware and his Toronto Maple Leafs. The best breakers in the game, and even, yeah, there's the Pineco and the Weezing, my favorite Pokemon. But who cares? Yeah, hello Momola. Damn. He has 2 water types, 2 fire types, and 1 grass type, 2 steel types, 2 fighting types. He has a lot of duplications. But that's not an issue. I mean, Scrafty is a pretty fine signature, I think. Yes, I have ranked it kind of low, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just that it's going to use the terrestrialization more in a defensive manner. And that's the only problem. But it can... Yeah, this team is nice. It's nice. It's colorful. I like it. 6th place. Final Gambit Shedinja and his Nola Necrozmas. Now we are getting into the juicy territory. Tinkaton as a signature. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's like Tinkaton on itself is not a bad Pokemon, but it already has such a good typing. It can terrestrialize out of his weakness with, I don't know, Flying Terra Grass or some shit. But it's already good, as good as it is. And this brother has teammates to help get rid of those weaknesses. Yeah. Nice speed tiers, again, really fast Electrode, having webs, and a Zoroark to troll around. Iron Hands, super strong, definitely stronger than Roaring Moon in my opinion. Iron Hands is definitely better than Roaring Moon. Excadrill without any sand, as well as Houndstone. Houndstone, Last Respects is not allowed, it's banned, so Houndstone is, more of a defensive Pokemon. Funny team, I like it. 5th place, Graph Pain and his Blank team. This team is really well balanced. It has super strong Breaker with Unbound Hooper and Cinccino and Guts, Ursaring. I mean, Primarina can go specs, Jirachi. Typhlosion. Yeah. I'm sorry. I need to get this done. Pretty good team, very well balanced, and a deserved spot at number 5. Number 4, Virtual Shade 0, KU Jacksonville Wingulls. Sceptile as a signature is damn nice. Sceptile is a pretty fun signature. Like, just go... Oops. Oh man, you didn't see that. Just go Terra Terra Dragon and get yourself loaded dice and sword stance and win. Easy. Yeah, I mean, it has really good pivoting options. Here again, I placed him in the pivot. Wait, what? Ah no, he wasn't placed in the pivot spot. That was the breakers. Yeah, Porygon 2, I don't know, does it still get teleport? If yes, pretty good. This team hits you hard. It tanks hits pretty well. Like Porygon 2 and Landorus T is a pretty fun combination. I like this. 4th place, deserved. And now we get into the juiciest top 3 of the PWC Pyrite Division. Let's go. Number 3. 3rd place, A2F QST with his Arkham City Delibirds. 6 Pokemon with speed above 100. Or at least 100. This is fast. 2 ice types for no damn reason. He doesn't need them. They're just for fun. Yeah, this team has already proven itself to be really good. It's juicy. Like I said in the core section, it's just juicy. I love it. I would kill for this team. Please let us switch teams. Man, damn. 2nd place goes to Pop Green Bay Dribblers. Again, really colorful and versatile team. Hazards are definitely going to be your worst nightmare in this match, as well as Meowscarada and Anemoros. This combination of offensive pressure. Fuck. Yeah. You're not going to stand a chance at walling those two. Plus Volcarona, if you think a Steel type is going to help you. Volcarona, Gliscor, and even Girder down there. I messed up. I just noticed I messed up. I mean, he has already the number 1 spot for hazards, but I said he has no ghost type. He does have Spiritomb. He does have ghost type in his spin blocker. That makes it even more insane. He has a spin blocker. Damn, but since he's first placed in the hazard section anyways, that doesn't really matter. Absolutely insane. Okay, and yeah, I mean, if you're watching, the person who hasn't been announced yet knows they are first. Ashton 4672 with his Winnipeg Jet Punches. In my opinion, the absolute best team. I mean, look at even his Pokemon, just without any synergy on itself. The Dunsparce as signature. It's so good. The Dunsparce can basically do anything. It is versatile. It can disrupt the opponent with Glare or Serene Grace, Body Press, Dragon Tail. It can sweep you with Coal Mine Boom Burst or something. It can really, it's so fucking versatile. It's so fun. But my issue with the Dunsparce, like, you could have easily placed it at the 1st place from being the best signature. But it's, for my taste, seriously, too versatile. I have used it in previous leagues by myself as a signature as well. It's too versatile. I am not able to decide on what I'm going to do with it. It can do too much. Seriously. I was never able to figure out how to use this thing properly. And because it's this difficult to use, I've placed it just at the 4th place. Yeah, Iron Bundle, Annihilate, Slowking to get those Pokemon in safely. Iron Crown as a steel type to tank some of those nasty. Yeah, okay, it's not a defensive Pokemon. Psychic really doesn't help steel out that much. Yeah, Cyclizar. No Shed Tail, but still. Rapid Spin, U-turn, knock off, Thunder Wave, and going crazy with Overheat and Draco Meteor, Shift Gear, Tinglu. So you're always going to have some spikes or rocks up your side. Rotom to get those Volt switches for sure, because you're not going to want your ground type getting Leaf Stormed. Charizard is just there. I am not that much of a Charizard fan. It can do... Yeah, what can it do? what does Charizard? Yeah. Skuntank. I don't think it gets Defog anymore here, but it's a solid Pokemon with only one weakness. And there's Carbink. His fairy type that body presses you and you die. I mean, who wouldn't die if you get a rock thrown in your head? I would die. Would kill me. And most Pokemon would die as well. Like Charizard. Fuck Charizard. But congratulations, Ashton. It's my first power ranking ever. And you were crowned the first. Congratulations to everyone, by the way. None of those teams are really bad. It's just that my rule set was bad. Yeah. Thank you for watching. This was a lot of work. And I'm glad I'm finally done. I hope you're happy.